Welcome to the tutorial video for how to configure the Services Hub on-demand assessment for Active Directory security. In this video, you'll learn the prerequisites to setting up the assessment, the requirements for the user account you use to do the setup, step-by-step instructions for completing the setup, and finally you'll see how to view and analyze the results of the assessment. If you haven't already, you'll need to install the Services Hub on-demand assessment agent on your system. You can watch a short tutorial video at the link displayed here. In this video, you'll learn how to set up the Active Directory security assessment. Once you've installed the agent, you'll be able to configure the assessment. You will need a user account, which is a domain account with the following rights: an enterprise administrator, an administrator with group membership to every domain controller in the forest, membership in the local administrators group on the data collection machine, and administrative access to all the Microsoft domain name servers that the domain controllers participate with. You'll also need PowerShell remoting to be enabled on all the domain controllers. Now, to begin configuring the Active Directory Security on-demand assessment, you'll need to launch a PowerShell prompt, right-clicking and choosing Run as Administrator. Before you run the commandlets for Active Directory Security Assessment, you need a working directory for your assessments. You simply need a directory and the path to that directory to reference in the commands. This directory will be on the C drive with the name OMS. Now in the PowerShell commandlet, you enter the command as add-AD security assessment. Halfway through typing the command, you can click Tab, and if you see the line autocomplete, you'll know that the agent setup modules loaded successfully. For the next input, press a space, then a dash to bring up the working directory input. Here, input the path to your working directory in double quotes. Finally, you'll need to enter your enterprise admin credentials and then the password, and then hit Enter. Now it is safe to close the PowerShell window. Next, we will open the Task Scheduler and scroll down to the Microsoft Operations Management Suite, Assessments and AD Security. Right-click and go into Properties, then Triggers, and edit the schedule of this task to point to any time in the future. For example, it was a Thursday when this alert ran, so to avoid conflicts, you need to schedule it 3 or 4 days later, since we're doing a manual run. So for this example, you'll select Tuesday and click OK. Once this is done, right-click on the task and click Run. Then go into the working directory for the AD Security Assessment. Click on the numbered folder, and after a few minutes, several files will fill this folder. Once you see these files, go into the Data Model folder and make sure there are files in here. It will have information for you about your forest, domain controllers, and DNS servers. Once verified, go into the Logs folder and open the Discovery Trace. You scroll to the bottom and make sure that there are no errors. If the error column here is all false, that means there was a clean discovery and the assessment execution was successful. After 2 or 3 hours, go into the OMS portal and click on the Active Directory Security Assessment. You'll see some recommendations here. Clicking on any of these recommendations will show which servers the recommendation has affected and what is the impact on the environment for that issue, and what is the probability of this issue reoccurring, and then what is the effort to mitigate that risk. This concludes the setup and configuration of the Services Hub Active Directory Security Assessment.